Chapter 14, the impression of increase. So, increase, you're going to go into the world with your skills and expertise. And as you have dealings with your fellow men and women, you need to be giving them, each person that you deal with, the impression of increase. So, the idea that you are, by engaging with that person, increasing their life in some way. Either you're benefiting them through the specific transaction that you're doing, or you're even down to the smallest thing, which is that you care about them as a person, even if it's a stranger that you've never met. You have a loving frame of mind, and when you come across people, you radiate that love to those people, and that will come across to that other person as being that you care about them, and you care about them increasing in the world. So the concept of creative rather than competitive is important here. If you're a competitive person, then you might think, well, why would I want to increase anybody else's life? I basically want to do, life's a zero-sum game. I want to improve my own life. I'm not really that bothered about other people. There are people out there who think, altruism, socialism, that kind of thing are what this is speaking to, but it's not at all. So most of socialism, about 99%, is about the concept of the shortage, a lack. It's about economics, isn't it? It's the study of the lack of things, and as a result, there's this requirement to take from somebody else and give to somebody else. So take from the rich and give to the poor, or, as is the case nowadays, take from the poor and give to the rich. So when you start to think about the world as a creative place, you realise that you don't need to be thinking in that kind of shortage mentality, and that actually you can offer to the world, to your fellow man, without fear. So a great example of this is, let's say you work in a company, and within that company there are other people who might do the same activities that you do, have the same skills that you do, and let's say you might feel like you're in competition with those other people. So somebody rings you up and says, hello there, I wonder if you'd be able to help me. And you might think, well, I'd quite like to be the only person who knows about this, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. I'm not going to say anything. So what happens is you say, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you. That person goes away. I don't know, maybe they find somebody else who's more helpful. The alternative is they come and ask you for help, and you don't feel any sense of shortage or any sense of competition. And of course you help them openly and willingly. And that person, you've basically increased that person's life, you've helped them out. And in the future, they will, when somebody else in the company says, do you know anyone who can help with this? They will probably give you a call or refer you to that person. And this is how you grow your business. So you even if in the beginning you're not getting paid, if you're adding value in some way, shape or form, people will be attracted to you, and people will want to know about you. And you might even show people. So let's say you, fix windows, for example, and you put a video on YouTube, and this is how you fix a window yourself. So you're putting yourself out there in the public, under public scrutiny, and you're basically showing them how they can fix the window themselves if they would like to. And you might think, well, wouldn't they go and do it themselves if you told them how to do it? Well, yes, some of them will, but more likely they will see how good you are at doing your job, and they will pay you to do it instead, because they'll probably look at it and think, well, I could try to do that myself, but actually this chap, he's pretty skilled and he knows how to do it, so I think I'll get him to do it instead. He's proved to me that he knows what he's talking about, and there's no shortage of opportunities, no shortage of work for the person who has this kind of mindset. What you want for yourself, you should really want for everybody. Increase in life. Everyone's seeking increase, and the person who can give that increase will be sought after. And inevitably will become rich, because they will attract all kinds of business and contacts and the like, and increase business and increase value in the world. So think about creativity, not competition, and think about how you can, in every interaction that you have with other people, think about how you can increase their life. So maybe say to yourself, I don't want anybody that I come into contact with to be diminished in any way. I want everybody to be lifted up, or to be left where they were. And a good frame of mind for this is the kind of idea that you might have if you're starting on a new exciting new hobby, or let's say you're falling in love. You just feel that nice warm feeling inside your tummy, and I'm sure this is a trick that salespeople use. They just feel frisky, I think is probably a good word to use. They feel frisky, and there's something attractive to other people about that. They can sense that that person is connected to source, and as a result that they are going to provide increase to those that they interact with. So have that loving feeling in your belly, and go out into the world and interact with your fellow men and women, in business, in relationships, your lovers, your work colleagues, whatever it may be. Give the impression of increase, and you'll have a much better time than if you're constantly thinking about competition. This idea that let's say you have a relationship with someone, maybe it doesn't work out, you start to feel like you might be losing that person, you start to get maybe a bit clingy about it. That's a sense of shortage, whereas actually there's no shortage, and another person will come along who's more suitable, and another. So if you act in that kind of clingy, desperate way, you're more likely to push that person away. Whereas if you're an increasing person and you think there is no shortage of appropriate partners for me or you, and we should gravitate towards the most appropriate people for us, and we will, that person's far more likely to stay or to come back and seek you out, because you're not a kind of needy, desperate person. And the same applies to business, of course. There's nothing quite so bad as a desperate salesman. If I don't do this, if I don't make this sale, then I can't pay the rent. It's not a good look, is it? So chill out. Focus on what you want. Focus on where you're going, and work your way through your career and your professional life, and also your relationships with other people in a way that you are adding to their lives and to their business, and you'll do extremely well. Cheers.